This is the Sports Hit List. By the fans, for the fans.
Carl Launch for the Sports Hit List, by the fans and for the fans. I'm joined by Hollywood Jay, a former colleague of mine on the PWS from back in the day. How you doing, sir?
I'm good. How are you, sir?
I'm hanging in, man. You know, grinding. You know, doing what I got to do. And we got Joel Rivera here on the pod too. How you doing, man?
Thanks for joining us. Chilling, you know.
So when we're talking about the first match, let's start off with is Naomi and Jade. Me personally, when it comes to Naomi, I feel like what she wants to say is great, but it's not hitting, and it feels like it's forced. Like even the promos, it's just like it doesn't sound natural. And Jade, we know in the ring is kind of like she can't sell for me, and it's tough because with two women of color, I want to see them do great, but I'm not. But this feud is not hitting, and I feel like it's missing something. I don't know if they just need to put Bianca back in there to kind of help elevate them, but I know she's off doing her own thing. Jay, what are your thoughts here with this match?
Yeah, I think initially when Jade appeared at the Elimination Chamber match, I was excited because I thought Bianca would be a part of the storyline. I also thought this would be Bianca's big heel turn. I thought she was going to be behind it this whole time. Obviously, we didn't get that. I think for Jade, this is a hit or miss moment for her. I think it's you know, if she strikes out, Triple H may be done with her. It's a, obviously, like you said, she can't sell. We know she's, all muscle up to this point. Even in her AEW run, it was just, squash match, flex, Ham and Eggers versus Jade. So this is a big moment for Jade, and if she strikes out, we could have seen the last of Jade Cargill in WWE.
Joel, what do you think? Joel, just real quick, I'm muting your mic because there's feedback until you talk. So I'll unmute it. All right. So what do you think of this match here going on with Jade versus Naomi?
Like I said, I'm not interested. Like I said, Jay said, when Bianca wasn't involved, it was like it got corny. And like I said, when she came out of the chamber, I thought it was corny because I thought she would be in like street clothes or something, make it more like realistic. The fact that she was in her wrestling clothes, I was like, this doesn't seem real. It just seemed like she was ready for a match.
So you both got Jade going over.
Yeah,
this is Jade's moment.
Yeah, this has to be. If it doesn't, then it's over for her.
Yeah, I got Jade in a squash match. I think this does nothing, obviously, for Naomi's career. I think this, if Jade can go in there and really flex her muscle and actually put on some good wrestling moves, maybe the crowd gets behind her. We'll see. But I Jade winning a squash match, Cena and Brock during Suplex City.
All right, copy that. So I also gonna go over here with Jade as well. We got the New Day versus the War Raiders. I got Big E costing the New Day the championship because the way they left off, like they did Big E dirty like that, and us believing that Big E was going to get a match. I thought he was cleared. I thought this was leading up to Big E getting his comeback story. I feel like maybe Big E just cost him that championship, like kind of like you guys can't win another championship without me, kind of thing. Jay, what are your thoughts?
This is one of those where like I really don't care.
So we could pass. Thank you.
It's one of those like I don't love War Raiders as a tag team or tag team champions. I'm kind of over New Day. Maybe I was over them 5 years ago. So it's one of those like, come on, what are we doing tag division? Like this is the best you can give me at Mania.
But for Raw side, and the fact that the SmackDown championships are not even being defended at Mania at all,
right?
It's gonna be on SmackDown, which is mind-boggling to me.
Do we think pre-show for this one?
No, I don't know. I mean, it's on the card. Like they legit were running down the card on SmackDown, and it made the card. So I don't think it's pre-show. I think it made the card.
Yeah, Joey actually broke it to me. I think it was yesterday that all in all for the 2 nights is going to be 18 hours of programming between Saturday and Sunday because they're doing this long pre-show, a la the Super Bowl, what the Super Bowl does, where it's all day. So yeah,
I saw that too. So I mean, I guess it could go on the pre-show, sure, but then to me, it's like why the pre-show when you could have put the Andre the Memorial Battle Royal on the pre-show, but that's on SmackDown. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, what are we doing? It doesn't. I don't. I mean, like I said, I think Big E does the run-in, but that could be me wild thinking. Joey, what's your thoughts here?
Yeah, for this match. I've been tired of New Day for a while now, and I just find it mind-boggling that the Street Profits don't even have a title match at Mania, and that's the best tag division because you got them, you got the
DIY.
yeah, DIY Motor City Machine Guns, you got Pretty Deadly, like they have like a little like
Yeah.
rivalry even with Berto and Angel
Yeah.
Garza. Like it's like how could you not like put them all in a match? Like even if it was a ladder match, like
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, but you know what? I thought the same thing, but I guess they didn't want to run it back like last year's Mania where they had all of them in a ladder match. I guess they didn't want to be repetitive in that mindset, but I feel like the Street Profits should have been on the card. Like and even the Miz called them out in his promo on SmackDown. He's just like, "How you guys not even on the Mania card?"
Mania card.
Which doesn't make sense. So
Listen,
I guess yeah. So I guess if you guys don't care about it, then you don't even have to have a prediction. It is what it is. If you don't care, I'll move on.
I do got the War Raiders retaining though.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a disservice. I will say what they're doing with the Raw Tag Team Championships. I feel like there should be a little bit more tag teams on the Raw side, or at least something there, because they have the tag teams. They're just not elevating them. That being said, we got Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano. Don't even get me started. I don't know how many times we got to see the guy pretend. We had the Conquistadors with Edge and Christian. We had Owen Hart, rest in peace, as the Blue Blazer. We had Hulk Hogan as the real American, and he's not really the real American. How many times do we have to see this repetitiveness? Like, we're not stupid. I get it for the younger fans who may not know their history, but we've seen this before where the guy is not him and he comes out in a mask to be a luchador. It's ridiculous. I don't care for this match, so I'm not even going to call who wins. You guys could go at it. I don't care. It's ridiculous.
I'm with you. It's one of those, like, I really don't care. Like, the fact that Rey Mysterio is still has a WrestleMania match in 2025 is mind-boggling to me. And, you know, props to, you know, the legend. And I know Joey hates him, but I'm over it.
I don't. But thing is, I don't hate him. I just feel like he just got like certain moves. I'd be like, you doing that still? Like even with his finisher, like 619. Like really? Like
You know
so
what
you
it
just
is?
gonna trip somebody?
Yeah.
Always laying on the second rope? Like come on.
I hate Ray too, but then I see it like this, right? Like we're getting older, right? Could you imagine having to step away from something that you love and you've been doing for years? That's what my life is kind of like.
No.
I get it.
Listen, he's a legend. I respect him.
Yeah.
I'm just not a big fan of his.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. But to me, it's a matter of like, I thought he should have had a match with Dom and Dom retires him, but I guess he's not ready to retire. So there's no passing of the torch to Dom, but that's I guess the conversation.
Yeah, and I think like how many times are we really going to see Dom and Ray? Like you know, let Dom walk his own path. Move him away from that already.
Yeah, he fought him 2 years in a row in Mania. He did the singles match, and then he did last year. He did the tag match,
which was a terrible match, by the way. Which was an
it was. It was horrible.
Fair. All right, so if we don't care for that match, I'm gonna go on to the match I do care about: LA Knight versus All Gas No Brakes. Yeah, I mean, Jacob Fatu is my dude. I think he's the best Samoan. I think he's better than Roman.
Yeah,
and he's getting his moment. I think he wins the U.S. title match. There's no way they book Jacob not to win. I feel like Jacob's got to win here.
You know what's funny? On my way home, on my drive home from work, I was trying to guess what shirt you were going to wear. And I was like, definitely a Jacob Fatu shirt. And that's the one we're going to see.
That's the impact that I got on you. I appreciate it.
No, but it's funny because I was texting Carl the other day. He was like, I was texting him like shirts I got. He's like, yeah, I'm going to get the Jacob one. So I'm thinking he's going to do the same thing. I was thinking he was going to wear it. I was like, he's probably going to wear Jacob today.
I didn't get it yet, but there's something about just Jacob's presence. And y'all feel it because y'all know we all watch and love it, right? When he's on the mic, it's natural. It's like his charisma.
It feels real.
It feels real. And I don't mean to be blown smoke because I love the bloodline, but there's just something like his charisma is just like the promo he cut against Priest where he was just like, don't get it twisted with the braids. I was just like, oh my God. Like I watched that promo so many times. So I feel like this is Jacob's moment. I don't know what you guys think about this match.
You want to go first, Joe?
I think it's going to be good for Jacob. Like this, get him into a title right away. I like the fact that they didn't push him all the way. I mean, they could have because that's how much steam he got. They could have gave him the world title, but they was like, no, we're gonna give him something and let him dominate that mid card. Probably next year he'll be main eventing. So
and I also think this leads to possibly the jealousy of Solo, kind of like, oh, you got the U.S. title match and then something at SummerSlam, like that's the slow build. We can see how Triple H has been building his show. So Jay, what do you think?
I agree. It's Fatu's time. It's time for him to take over the mid card division. When he talks, I believe it. I don't know if he's a hell of an actor or if he's really gangster like that. Um, and then that's a mark of a really good superstar. I like that they're not just throwing him instantly into a major title picture. Build him, let him dominate the mid card division for a little while, and then at SummerSlam let him beat Solo, and then we're talking about Royal Rumble next year, WrestleMania. Depending on how he's built by then, maybe now we're talking about the next level.
Like,
Fair.
and then not to but I could see him like let's just say he dominates the whole and goes SummerSlam. He goes to Royal Rumble. Let's just say Gunther still has the title. I could see him challenging Gunther for that title.
That'd be a hell of a match. Really
Yeah.
Yup.
physical, really.
Well, let's get into that a little bit later when it comes to Gunther, because I know we got a lot of way with that one. But that being said, we got Charlotte versus Tiffany. Well, both of you already got Jacob, right? For sure, Jacob's
Yeah.
Yeah. Jacob got him. Yeah.
Okay.
It'd be a shame if he didn't.
Yeah, Charlotte versus Tiffany. I'm in the mindset again. Charlotte, there's no purpose for her to be here. It's a matter of I understand it's changing of the guard, and I was really looking at the women's division. Like there are a lot of young prospects who are doing great. There's no place for Charlotte. Like I said, I think we're over the four horsewomen. Like that era is kind of gone now. It's kind of passing the torch. This is the moment for Charlotte to do what's right, and what's best for business is putting Tiffany over. Joe, Jay, you disagree? You disagree? What's up?
No, listen. I think both of you know how I feel about Charlotte. I think both of you know that I think she's the GOAT when it comes to women's wrestling.
I agree.
Yeah, but
I agree.
I'm looking at the card, and obviously when you look at any Mania card, like everything can't be roses. Like it can't be, Cody's going to win. All the good people are going to win. You have to start thinking in mindset there's going to be upsets. And I think this is the one where like it's going to get the boos because Charlotte's going to win. And, you got to get those
really?
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. Before last Friday, I would agree with you, but I don't know because like that little promo they had together, that was too real.
Yeah.
Tiffany was really losing in the promos until that day. Like Tiffany really got her and really upset her. Caught her real, especially that 0-3. That was hilarious, by the way. But yeah, I would have thought that, but I don't know. I'm on the flip side. I'm gonna go Tiffany, but Charlotte. If Charlotte wins, I'm not gonna be mad. I kind of see where they're going. They need to do something different with Tiffany because I feel like she's more of a heel than she is a face.
That's true too. But again, someone had to play it. Like again, clearly, I think Charlotte went heel in her return promo. Originally, I think she was going to be face.
Me too.
And I think she did a great job of switching it midway because she realized the reaction she was getting, and she just went with the audible.
She read the room.
Yep,
that's what the greats do. They read the room, and she was just like, I'm a heel. She's better as a heel anyway.
And so I don't know, maybe it's just something about this, like catty insults when it comes to like personal barbs. Like I'm like, I'm still not interested in this match. I don't think Tiffany's a great wrestler at all. I think
she has the athleticism.
Obviously.
Yeah, she does have the athleticism.
But that doesn't make you a great wrestler. Like
you're right.
I think she's okay. Again,
Jay's not being an old head. I don't know, man. You're giving me old head vibes by saying that right now.
I'm just not interested. I'm not like you said. There's other talent that may could have stepped into either of these spots and put on a better match. But this go, and I'm going to talk about this later. One good like back and forth doesn't make me interested. It's just
that's true.
That's fair. All right. Moving along, we got I think this is Jay's favorite match on the card. Jay Uso, Yeet versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. Listen, you guys know I'm all pro Bloodline. You've seen it. I love the Bloodline. I love what they were able to do to finally separate the Usos. And I remember a time when Jay and I were going to Manias. They were attacked. I couldn't tell them apart. But they did a tremendous job over the last 5 years building them both to be separate entities, and now I could definitely tell them apart and know who's who. Jay's last promo was great, but I don't know, and this is where Jay, I think you get into my head about being happy, going home happy, and I think initially the fact that they didn't make this the main event, I'm kind of like, man, now I'm questioning if he's going to win because my initial thought was you go home happy with the whole crowd going yeet, and we all go home happy. Rikishi comes out. He gets his flowers, but we're not going to get that. So that means, is this going to be the opener? And we go and we start off yeeting and he wins. But then again, Jay's article is like, he don't really deserve it. I don't know, man. Again, you got in my head really about it. now I'm kind of like I really can't predict this, and I'm gonna have to by next week. But right now, I can't call it. I really can't call it.
Listen, I'm gonna go with the wave. I'm gonna still say it's Jay Uso, but Jay makes valid points when it comes to like his promos and his wrestling. Like you would think he would like improve, especially he botched a few times in those promos leading to that last segment
But I don't know if
last
it
week.
was on purpose though, because he actually mentions it in the promos how he's been messing up. Like I
Yeah,
don't know if
that's
they
true.
did that purposely.
That
If he's doing it on
that's true, but
purpose.
still, like to say, yo, yeah, I'm 3-0 against Gunther. That was kind of like,
Right.
Yeah,
really like, bro, you
yeah.
lost every time to him.
I know. But then no, but
That
then
was a
like I
big
said,
botch.
no. But then again, he slips on purpose. Like he slipped in the like when he went
Oh
for the
no, I
clothesline.
can I can
I
I can
feel
see
like
that
that was on
happening.
purpose. Yeah.
I can see that happening, but I'm talking about his promos. Like when it comes to like when he's talking, he stutters a lot. He doesn't give you that, you know, he doesn't give you that real relaxation. Like everything can't be a yeet,
Yeah.
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 which I liked in
It's
the
a
last
Stone Cold
promo.
what? That's all it is.
Right.
Yeah.
So I
No,
guess
I'm
what
just
you
saying.
think.
No, I like Gunther. I wouldn't be mad if he wins, but I got if we're going with what's gonna happen, I think it's Jay Uso. He finally gets his moment.
This Jay, our Jay, we wrote an article for the Hitless blog, which kind of ruffled some feathers in the streets, and he was getting a lot of heat for it. So
I gotta read it. I didn't even read
no,
it.
he you know what it is? He went in, but it was like, damn, bro, like I love you, but like, why'd you got to kill our vibes like that? That's what I said. I was like, I
yo,
have the yeet shirt, yo, bro. I got the yeet shirt. The missus has the no yeet shirt. Like we about it,
yo,
and I'm sitting here
yeah,
yeeting as a
he,
grown ass man. But the way he put it, I'm like, yo, he is so right. But I hate you right now, yo. Like really, like
yeah,
you killed my
he
my
does
vibe
that.
on that.
Yo, he does. Yo, I mean, we in a group chat. Him, me, and my boy Rose. He always does that. And then he
Yo,
got us thinking. We be
that's
like,
like, I
damn,
hate you,
though, he's
son.
right though.
No, you're right. And I guess Jay, you could explain a little bit about what your article said, but it's true. Like he can't wrestle. It would be a disservice to Gunther if he did win it because Gunther's been doing great. But then again, what does Gunther do if he does drop the title to Jay? You see what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
and Gunther lost some Sammy last year. So
Yeah.
what are we saying? So like it's a tough pill to swallow. So I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you think, Jay? Has your mind changed on it or no?
No, listen, and Joe knows this. Gunther is my absolute favorite wrestler in the WWE right now. I enjoy everything about Gunther. I enjoy this run. I think he is as believable as they come. Jay is not. Jay is a botch artist. Jay is all super kicks, and that's it, and a few splashes and botched promos, and he doesn't sound confident when he's on the mic, and like Joe said, it's everything can be. I'm coming to the ring. Yeet! I'm gonna do this. Yeet! Like that doesn't make for a good promo. Like
Yeah.
He has a
that
great
just
entrance
you're
though.
letting
His
you're letting
entrance
the
is
crowd
fire.
do the promo for you. That's just laziness.
Mhm.
And like you said, Carl, it would be a disservice if Gunther lost to this man. That would be Triple H, bending over to the crowd. And I don't think Triple H is about that life. I think Triple H would do right by Gunther. Gunther is 1-1 at WrestleManias. I think he needs to continue on that. We need to get onto the winning side. Go 2-1 this next Sunday or Saturday or whatever day that match is.
It's on Saturday night.
Yeah, he should not be 1-2 after next Saturday. He should still have the title. If you want him to drop the title against a formidable opponent at SummerSlam, say CM Punk, then I'm all for that. But it should not be Jay Uso.
Yeah.
Okay, I still can't
I gotta
decide.
agree with that.
I know. That's why I can't decide. But I guess for the sake of the show,
Yeah.
I got to pick one, right? Man, I'm going Jay. We're gonna be eating on Saturday.
Like I said, listen for the moment, like I said, I love Gunther too. I think he's a great heel. Even when he's on the mic, like the stuff he says, everything feels real. Like when you get mad at Gunther, you be like, damn, but he's right about a lot of things. Even with the interview he said, where he said he doesn't see Jay as an affordable opponent.
No,
It should have
it's
been
true.
somebody else. And
But it's
he's
tough
absolutely
because
right.
But it's tough though because Jay's been 0-3, and then he loses. It's kind of a waste for the Mania moment because he won the Rumble.
Right. And that's why I said Jay. But if Gunther retains, I'm not gonna be mad.
Let me ask you this:
he's great.
Is Jay the weirdest winner of a Royal Rumble that y'all have ever seen? Like it just came out of nowhere.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna say I was more. You know me, what I was going through that day. So like when it happened, I was kind of more of a shock. I was like, oh
Yeah, I was shocked. I mean, I'm going
yeah.
to
It
the
was.
last.
I want to say I actually like that they went a different route because I hate the whole you could
Predictability.
predict who's gonna win, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
If I had to
you know,
guess to answer your question, I would say the last one would probably be when Sheamus won in like 2011, right? I think around that time. That
Yeah.
was the year
yeah.
he won, right? So I would say that one was shocking because I think he had already been in the championship mix at that point.
I think for me, outside of this one, it would probably be Del Rio. What was that? The 40?
40
2011
and 40 man, yeah.
Yeah,
40 man one, yeah.
that was one that I didn't see Del Rio winning. But this one was like, huh?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was. Yeah, I thought Cena
What?
had it, but yeah, it was a little crazy. Yeah, I'm going Jay with that. So that being said, it
Yeah.
moves along to Saturday night's main
And, and,
event.
and
No,
mind you,
that,
I was like in tears because my dog had died.
Yeah.
So
oh
I'm watching and I'm in tears, but I'm like had to like what? Like
man, dang, sorry to hear that, bro, about your dog.
thanks. Yeah.
That being said, we move along to the main event: Punk versus Seth versus Roman. The favor I thought was something bigger. I was kind of like, in the back of my mind, I thought that's what it was, and I'm like, really, that's what we're doing? But then I see it now, and then here's the swerve I've been reading now. Again, my inside tip has been, I think, Joel, we kind of discussed it that,
hmm
he walks away. Paul Heyman walks away with Seth, and
Yeah, we
that's
talked
Seth's
about
favorite.
that.
So
Yeah,
I don't know how true that is. I don't know what you guys have been hearing. If that's the case, then that definitely puts a question mark. Like everyone, like, oh my god, shocking moment. Because what Seth was saying in his last promo was all true. It was like legit. Like he read him for Phil, and then he leaves off with, "Now you owe me a favor," and his favor is you coming with me now.
hmm
So Jay, what do you think?
I'm with you. I think that when you found out the favor, it was like, yeah, did y'all just make that up like right now? Because you had no idea where you were going with this. Like,
Yeah.
y'all kept us in suspense all this time for that. Like, oh, he's walking you down to the ring. Ooh, um, uh, it kind of made me less excited for this match. Um, I've also, theorized on the whole Heyman walking out with Seth, but what does that do for like Seth is already great on the mic. Like,
Mm.
what does that
hmm
do for Seth? Like, what's their like where like why them two? Like, where does that story come? Like, they have no
I can
history
explain that.
together.
I can
I,
explain
I, let,
again. It's just to be petty to Roman and Punk
I
because of the stuff
also
that
though,
Roman and Punk did to
but
him. That's how
but
I.
my thing is, and this is what I was thinking about, and I saw it on another podcast. But what does it do for Roman and Punk? Because that looks like that's going to be more of a feud after this.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
if
Mm,
Paul Heyman leaves and goes to Seth Rollins, they don't have no connection to each other.
yeah,
fair. That's fair. So then.
Paul Heyman has the connection with both. So that's gonna be the feud.
yeah.
So I
Roman
guess.
and Punk.
So I guess who? So again, who walks away with the win? Does Punk does? He gets his Mania
I
moment
think
too.
I think Punk wins and gets his Mania moment. That's
Yeah,
gonna piss off Roman,
yeah.
and it's gonna
I
leave
got
Paul Heyman in the middle.
Punk winning, pinning Roman, and just so he doesn't look like he just totally dominates Seth, to make it look like it's 2-1 now.
hmm
I think that's the probable way that it ends.
Mm.
Yeah,
So
because Punk. If you look at Punk's promo, remember what he said? He said, "Neither of you have beaten me with the other one's help."
Right.
Seth said that, right?
No, Punk
Yeah.
said that.
Punk said that. True.
I will
hmm
say this, that I like that, that this is obviously long form storytelling, right? Going back
Yeah.
years and years and years. And even more recently, it's Survivor Series when Punk is set to leave the cage and Roman kind of I'm the top dog. Like, you go when I tell you to go. So like those little
Yeah.
seeds that were planted along the way, I do love the
Yeah.
long form storytelling.
Nah,
Yeah.
you're right.
Yeah. Yeah. He's been good at that, and especially since we kind of know the history of it was Punk's idea to bring in these guys as far as the Shield is concerned. Definitely telling a lot of good stories here with this one. I'm still surprised that it's the main event, but I could see why it is in form of having it there.
Thanks for watching the Sports Hit List. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. In fact, do it now.